bring the phone down some so it don't be like that. There you go. Now you can put it where you want it. You got it? Live. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. There we go. That looks good. All right. Okay, guys, we are live. It is Friday. You know we go all the way up. Thank God it's Friday. We're doing our lives from the penthouse downtown LA. We're live from the office. Um, we got our producer back this week. Jeremy's back. The producer is back. You know I'm not supposed to be showing any brands that we don't have sponsorship from. So I'm going to take a sip and hopefully you won't see. I'm going to put my hands around. This is Jeremy. We can't sponsor anyone that doesn't sponsor our show. And today we're lucky, we're fortunate to have we got GD here with us. He's the video producer. So this should come out a lot more professional today, right? We got the producer here. We got the videographer here. Today's YouTube, we're on YouTube, Gregory Dixon Official. We're on 2 Instagram channels at the same time. We're on Gregory Dixon Official, and we're on the Alpha Elite channel. So everyone should see this. Today's topic is going to be, I want to buy a home. How do I do it? We're going to discuss that. First, I want to address something for all of the people that have been contacting me about the internship program and the apprentice program. Listen, it is not a paid internship. If it's a paid internship, it's not an internship. That's a job. We're not offering a job. I know so many people are out there trying to supplement their income, get extra income, make more money, and we're not offering a job, a 9-to-5 job. No, it's an internship where you learn real estate. You learn how to make money in real estate. You don't need any money. You don't need any credit. You don't need any background knowledge in real estate. I'm training you. I'm showing you. You're getting the behind the scenes of what goes on in real estate to make money in real estate. And if you want to become an agent, if you work with us for 4 months, 3 to 4 months, and it leads to some transactions, then we will pay. I will pay out of my pocket for you to get your real estate license. I will pay for all the classes. I will pay all of the fees to the state of California, and I will pay the fees that go along with getting your license after you've passed the test. That's the attraction of the internship, right? That's the attraction of that. But it's not a paid gig. It's not a paid job. I get so many people calling me. One lady, she's a lawyer. She wanted me to send her an offer sheet. We don't do that. I'm not offering you a job. It's an internship. Internship, you usually use that to get your foot in the door to learn the business. And a lot of you guys really need to do an internship to really realize if this is what you want to do, because a lot of you guys are out there, you thinking that I'm going to get into real estate and I'm going to make a ton of money. You're watching videos, you're looking at live streams, you're looking at webinars, you're going to seminars online, you're watching TV shows, and the great people that are behind the scenes in this business make it look easy, but it's not easy. There is a lot of work that goes along with it. And a lot of you guys, I hate to say this, are not willing to put in the work. Biblically, it says the harvest is plenty, meaning there's tons of it out here. There's tons of money out here, but the laborers are few. That means it's very few people that want to do the actual work that requires to get the type of checks that we get in real estate. That's a fact. No one will never accuse you of making too much money in real estate. You can get a check in real estate that looks like a phone number. You can make more money on one transaction than your mother, father, people in your family have made for the entire year. I know I've done it. I'm not bragging or boasting, but but you have to put in the work. It is work. It is not easy. It is work. It is not simple. It's a grind. because it's feast or famine. You eat what you kill. We only get paid on closed transactions. You do not close, you will not get paid. You could have worked on the transaction for 30 days to 90 days and not get a dime out of it. Not to get a dime out of it. So you guys have to keep that in mind. So that's why I'm saying you should do an internship. Find out if it's really something for you. If you are passionate about it, if it's something that you really want to do, then I'm the guy. Give me a call, 323-477-2684. DM me on Instagram at Gregory Dixon Official. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Gregory Dixon Official. And shout out to Lil J. Shout out to Jerry, my man. He had a question about wholesaling. If you guys, you don't want to be a full-time real estate agent. You don't want to get into it and be a real estate agent, right? I'm going to wave at people as they come in. Come on in, guys. Look forward to seeing you. I'm happy that you're here. Let me address this. If you don't want to become a full-time agent or a broker or anything like that, but you want to make money in real estate and you're watching wholesaling, you want to learn how to do that, I can teach you how to do that. I can show you how to do that. I could get you started because there's a lot of things that go along with wholesaling that you guys don't know. They're pitching wholesaling as you're just going to make a whole lot of money. You're just going to run out here and somebody's going to offer to sell you their house for less than what it's worth. And then you're going to take it to an investor and he's going to give you $10,000, $5,000, $10,000 for the contract, the right to buy that property for the price that you've negotiated. I'm telling you, it's not that simple, because what you have to understand is a lot of you guys are trying to do this with no money. You're trying to do this with no money. Now, after you enter into a contract, an agreement for someone to purchase that house in the state of California, you have 3 days to open escrow. You got 3 days. So if you don't have an investor that you can do the assignment of the contract with right then and there, you got 3 days. And nobody's going to let you open an escrow in Southern California for $500, $1,000. The last escrow I opened on a $750,000 house, the buyer had to put $5,000 just to open escrow. So if you guys that want to wholesale don't have that type of money laying around, you better have it, because you got to be able to open escrow, right? Now, if you want to learn wholesaling, I can show you how to do it. I'll partner with you. All I'm asking is that we may come to an agreement where if it does lead to some transactions and get something on the contract, you come my way first. That's only fair. That's the deal on wholesaling. Call me. Let me know if you're interested in that. You want to get into wholesaling, I can show you everything that you need to do. I can give you all the resources that you're going to need to farm and get properties and try to get in touch with sellers. I can give you those resources, right? So that's the deal on wholesaling. Anybody wants to learn wholesaling, just reach out to me. Now, let's get to it. Today's topic, I want to buy a house. How do I do that, right? A lot of people out there, you want to buy a house. You heard real estate is the way to create wealth for you and your family, and future wealth, generational wealth. It's true. It's definitely true. Now, how do I buy a house, right? The first thing you got to do is you got to get qualified to buy a house. You got to know what the home buying process is. And there are 3 things that you're going to need in order to buy a house. Number 1, you are going to need a job, right? Number 2, you're going to need credit. Number 3, you're going to need some money. You're going to need a job. You're going to need credit. You're going to need some money, right? Now, the job and the credit is more important than the money. I know you think that's hard to believe, but it's the truth, because we're not living in the 2000, from 2000, I want to say from 2000 to 2007. We're not in that no more. 2008, the market crashed. Markets crashed because of greed and subprime loans. There are no more subprime loans. You're going to have to actually qualify for that loan. meaning you're going to have a job. You're going to have 2 years tax history, right? That's what the lender who you go to get pre-approved, he's going to want to see. When you go to a lender to get pre-approved, because you want to buy a house, but you don't know how much house you can afford. You need to know that before you deal with a realtor. If you reach out to a realtor or a real estate professional like myself, and you say, I want to buy a house, the first time I'm going to ask you, so how much are you pre-approved for? You're going to say, well, I'm not pre-approved. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay. First step, we got to get you pre-approved, right? That means a lender is going to give you a loan commitment that they will give you a loan to buy a house up until X amount of dollars, right? So now, when you go to the lender, he's gonna want last 2 years tax returns. He's gonna want a recent credit report, and when I mean recent, I mean ran right now. He's gonna want your last 3 months bank statements, sometimes 3 to 6 months bank statements. And then they're going to take all of this and they're going to put it together and find out how much you make versus how much you owe out every month. What are your bills? That's what's called income to debt. That's going to give you your ratios on how much you make versus how much you owe, which is going to give you, that formula is going to give you how much you can afford, right? So now, once you're pre-approved, okay, now we have a dollar amount on it. You know, if you're going to go the traditional route, like I say, a lot of times money is the least important because there are first-time home buyers programs where you can reach out to FACE, FACE. They have a first-time home buyers program. You can Google them and they can link you. They have a program that you have to take. You get a certificate. It's a 1-day class, 8 hours, educating you. It's a educational class that you have to take to be part of a first-time home buyers program. FACE, NACA, any of these companies are going to have you take that class. You have to take that class and get the certificate. FACE has relationships with a lot of different banks. One of the best banks they have is First Boston, and First Boston will match the amount of money you got up until I want to say 5,000. So that gets you 15,000. They do a 3-for-1. So to help you with your down payment and your closing costs. But there are a lot of banks that are participating in the first time home buyers program, and they're offering money to help you with your down payment and your closing costs. The first time buyers program. There's even a program if you are a person who is living on Section 8 housing. Most people don't know this, but there's a program through Section 8 that they will help you to become a home buyer. You won't be on Section 8 anymore, but if you have dreams and aspirations of being a homeowner and you're on Section 8, there's a program for you. A lot of people have the mentality that they don't want to do that because they don't want to lose their Section 8. But if you don't want to step out on faith and have more, you're going to be stuck in that position. So Section 8 does have a program. A lot of people don't know about it or don't speak about it that can help you go from renting a home to being a homeowner, even if you're on Section 8. Okay, now the second part to this is when you're buying this home and you got pre-approved, the financing, right? I just spoke about you getting pre-approved. That's traditional financing. That's going to the bank, right? But there are different types of loans at the banks. Most first-time home buyers are going to use an FHA loan. Why? Because it typically offers the lowest amount of down payment that you can come in and buy the home with, which is 3.5%. So if you found a house that was $100,000, it only costs you $3,500 down. Now, I like to use this as a good rule of thumb. I like to go 6.5% for the total cost of what it would cost you to buy a house. That's just a number that I formulated in my head. So if a house is 100,000, out of pocket, you're looking at about 6,500 total. Now, the FHA program is probably the best because, like I say, the 3.5% down. You can qualify with credit as low as 580. You can qualify FHA. A lot of people don't know this with a 500 FICO score, but you won't be able to put the 3.5% down. They're going to require 10% down, but you can get an FHA loan 10% down with a 500 FICO score. Now, other types of financing, if your credit score is a lot better, you can get a conventional loan, right? Because with the FHA loan, you're going to have the mortgage, which is the interest and the principal. It's your mortgage note. You're going to have home insurance, right? You're going to have property taxes, right? And then with the FHA loan, they charge another fee, which is mortgage insurance. In case you default, that's their backstop against having to pay that loan off. That's like insurance for them. And that's what, and you'll see it on, it's called MIP, that's mortgage insurance, right? If you go conventional, which you're going to put more money down, maybe 5%, 10%, 20%, you won't have the mortgage insurance. Another type of financing through banks is, and these are more so private lenders, private equity lenders. They do private equity loans, and they're based on their different criteria. And then you got hard money loans. Hard money loans and private equity loans, the property really qualifies for the loan. They're not really focused on your credit, your income, your job history. They are really focusing on the property, because if you can't pay this loan, they're going to foreclose and take the property. And if it was a house that you were trying to get to remodel and flip it, then they're going to take it, finish it, flip it, and make all the money. That's what happens with hard money. That's why they call it hard money. It ain't soft money. It's not for beginners. You have to know what you're doing. The money costs. Money costs. For every day that you have that loan, it's costing you. So if you're using that to get a house and flip it, you got to move quick. You got to move quick. Now, if you're using a private equity loan to purchase a home, what you want to do is try to structure it where they make 6 months of payments through the loan. What happens is, after that 6 months of you paying on time, then you can go and refinance that loan to a regular loan, get it out of that hard money loan or that private equity lender, because the interest rate is high. Right now, people are getting interest rates high 3, low 4s. Those hard money loans and those private equity loans, those interest rates are starting at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. That's a huge difference. Sometimes that's almost double. So if you could use that to get the home and factor in 6 months of payments in that loan, where the 6 months gets paid automatically, you don't have to come out your pocket. On the 7th month, then you can refinance that loan. You can refinance that loan, go to a traditional loan, FHA Streamline. You can get, like I say, a different, maybe a conventional, depending on your credit. But that interest rate may be cut in half, which would mean your payment would be cut in half, right? Now, another way, this probably will not work for Southern California, what I'm about to tell you. The first part of it won't work. This is creative financing now. We're thinking outside the box. It's creative financing now, right? Like I say, this first one probably won't work in Southern California, because as you can see, we all the way up. We in the clouds. This is probably one of the most expensive places in the world to live and to rent. Home prices here are through the roof, right? We have some of the most expensive zip codes in the United States of America. Matter of fact, in the world. I know some zip codes, there's not a home, the average home price is $2 million. That's here in Southern California. So, with that being said, creative financing, thinking out of the box, the first way is seller financing, right? Seller financing. That's where the seller steps up and acts as the bank. He's going to be the benefit. He acts as the bank. Where you go to the seller, and let's say the seller doesn't owe anything on the house. This is really good for the South, the Midwest, um, a lot of places like that. The house is just sitting there. Nobody's in desperate need of money. They're not trying to sell it. It's been sitting there, it's fallen to the ground. It's been sitting there for the last 10 years. You don't have great credit. You got some money, but you don't have a lot of money. So you can approach the seller and ask him to seller finance for you, right? For 1 year, for let's say a year and a half, 18 months. And then I could structure that, show you how to structure it if you want to talk more about that. But what ends up happening in effect is the seller becomes the bank. But you have a loan in place. It's just the seller is the bank, and you're paying your mortgage every month to him. But it's all a contract. The property is in your name. The grant deed is in your name, or the warranty deed, depending on whatever state you're in, is in your name. It's just the seller's the beneficiary. He's the bank. So you're paying him, and you've agreed that in 16 months you'll have him paid off. That's a year and a half, or in 1 year you'll have him paid off. But what you could do after uh, a year of those payments, because banks like to see, if you have someone doing seller finance, they want to see 1 year history. So you could go and refinance that. The key to that is on refinancing it, you want to make sure that you bought the property at a deal. And what I mean is buying it at a deal is if that property is worth $100,000, you want to buy that property at 80,000, because in order to refi with good credit, you can get 80% of the value of the home. So if the home is worth 100,000, say 110, they'll refi 80. That would pay the seller off. Now you would have a traditional loan with the bank at a lower interest rate at a better term, right? That's seller financing. Another thing that's used in the investment world is subject to financing. And that's when the seller, excuse me, has a loan. The seller has a loan on the property, and you're going to purchase the property subject to the loan he has on it. Meaning that, okay, let's say Jeremy has a home, he owes $500,000 on the home, and his first loan is 485,000, and he says, "Man, I don't want this house no more. I just want to get what I'm in it." I'm like, "Okay, well, you owe five. The house is worth 500. You owe 485. So what if I give you 15,000 and purchase the home subject to the loan that you already have?" Right? And that's used a lot of times in a flip situation where the investor doesn't want to put so much money into it. So he doesn't, instead of having to pay off all of that in the beginning, what he does is he gets the seller out, get him out the way, get him some money, get him out the way, get title to the home, go in, do whatever he's going to do, and then he flip it, and then the loans gets paid off through escrow. So that's subject to financing. Um, Everything that I've told you and I'm sharing with you, I want you guys to understand this. You need, and I can't stress this enough, to work with a real estate professional. You need to work with an agent, realtor, real estate professional, someone who's knowledgeable. And I'm saying that. Yes, I want you to work with me. Yes, yes, I want you to work with me. That's the reason for the videos. That's the reason why I stop what I'm doing on a Friday and shoot videos from the office to get the word out to you. Yes, I want you to work with me. But if you don't work with me, that's fine. Work with a real estate professional, not somebody telling you, meet me at Starbucks and we'll do the deal, we'll sign the papers. No, no. Someone who's established. Someone who's established. Because there are a lot of scams and schemes out here. There are people that unfortunately um, have access to information and they go sell someone's house. They pretend to be that person and sell somebody's house. You thinking you getting a deal of a lifetime, and you done just got scammed. If you deal with a real estate professional is going to run the title. He's going to insist that the deal goes through escrow. Not no meet me in the parking lot, bring some money, let's do the deal. I need cash. No. He's going to insist that the deal has title insurance. A professional is going to make sure that he's protected and you're protected. A real estate professional has an obligation to you. He has a fiduciary obligation to you. He has an ethical obligation to you, right? So you want someone who has an obligation to do the right thing. If what's the oldest rule? If it sounds too good to be true, it is. There are a lot of people that have been scammed out here. They buy a home, they think they buying a home, and then they starting to move in, and all of a sudden here comes the owner with the police department and everything, and it becomes a legal situation, but you done lost your money at the end of the day, because the owner didn't sell it to you. So, work with an agent, work with a real estate professional. You know, that's why you should choose an agent. That's why you should choose an agent. Choose someone who has knowledge, who's been working in the business, who's going to insist that everything goes through escrow, that there's a preliminary title report, that the transaction has title insurance. You have to work with a person like that, And if you're looking to buy or sell or invest or develop, give me a call. Gregory Dixon. I'm the go-to guy for all things real estate in Southern California, right? Give me a call, 323-477-2684. Or on our Instagram, you can DM me, Gregory Dixon Official. You can DM me at Alpha Elite Capital. That's the investment company. Or you can, and I would love for you guys to like, share, and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. We're going to be shooting a lot of videos on a lot of different topics. And if there's something that you want to discuss or talk about, or if there's a topic or if there's something you need to know, you can always just reply to the videos on Instagram, or you can DM me a message if there's something that you want me to talk about. I'll be more than happy to talk about it, give you all the information on you that you can, some news that you can use, right? I don't want none of you guys to get scammed. I'm telling you, scamming is real in real estate. It's really real because most of the information is public information. People have access to it. So be careful. Be careful. Always work with a professional. And I'm no bragging or boasting, but you can Google me. I am who I am. I do what I do, right? And if you want a deal, I'm the guy you need to talk to. We got you guys that are buyers, pre-approved. I need you to send me your email address. You need to get on our buyers hot sheet. DM me your email address and just put buyers hot sheet. Send me your email address and I will email you the properties that we have on the hot sheet. These are properties that are not on the market yet. And this is the only way a lot of you guys are going to even get an opportunity at buying a house, is because once it hits the market, it's the seller's concerned with who going to give me the most money. Everyone that I deal with, they say the same thing. When I show them an offer, get to the bottom line. How much will I net? How clean is the offer? How much will I net? That's what, and that's it. So the off market deals are what you're looking for. We are currently farming foreclosures, so we will have some properties that are in foreclosure right now that you have to be able to move quick on. You have to have cash on hand. You have to have cash on hand because a person in foreclosure is under a different set of pressure than the average home seller. Person in foreclosure has to sell. They have to do something to satisfy that debt, and they don't want to lose. So they can't just accept an offer and you can't perform. So you have to be ready for that. Like I say, you guys get on the home buyers list. Just send us your email. We'll reach out to you and get on that list. Sellers, it is still a seller's market right now. If you want to sell, you want a crazy, ridiculous offer, call me. Call me. If you need to know what your property is worth in today's market, as of today, the numbers change every month. As of today, if you want to know how much your property is worth in today's market, I give you a free market analysis. I give you a free market analysis, tell you how much your property is worth. If you have anything you want to discuss in real estate, consultations always free. You can always reach out to me, 323-477-2684, or you can DM me, Gregory Dixon Official, on Instagram. And I'll be more than happy to speak to you about anything real estate. It's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday, Southern California. Um, this live today, I hope it was informative. I hope it helps you guys. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. This weekend, we're going to be working all over Southern California. If you see me, say hi. Um, if you got any questions, reach out. Peace. Okay, guys, we can end it.